Hey, we back. I don't know if my sound is any better, but I realized my stream said the quality was low. I don't know why it does that. Um, I don't know why it does that because my internet is crazy good. Like my internet uh is 614 decent to do wholesale? I don't know, man. I don't know. To be honest, man, I would think so, but right now, man, the real estate market is so hot around here. I don't know, man. The real estate market here is good right now, so I think it would be harder to find deals. So I don't know, bro. Like I've never, like I said, I've never personally done it. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure, bro. If the sound gets bad again, like just let me know. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do about it because I looked at the stream and it said the quality of the internet was bad. But my internet is really like I got gig internet to my crib. Like I got gig in and up and download. You know what I'm saying? So it should be good. What's up, Texas in the house? Hey, Mr. Jules, I'll be in Texas. I'll be in Texas next month around the 21st. I'll be in Dallas doing an event for Amazon. Actually, should be good. So, man, what was we talking about before the internet went out? How do I get into real estate investing without any money? How does it work? Ebo, man, wholesaling is what people are saying is the best way to get in without any money. Um, for me, I think getting in if you could work with an investor that does have money and you could be the person that finds and evaluates deals and then you basically get the investor to cut you in on the deal either for a percentage or for a flat fee. So basically, I'm an investor, right? I have money to invest. If you find me a deal that meets my criteria, like basically how much money I can make off of a flip, for example, or how much I can make off of a rental, if you found me those deals, I would give you like some money for that. You know what I mean? So you should find investors that you can work with that will pay you to help them, and you basically can get a percentage. Now that's also supposed to be the job of a good realtor, and they get paid a commission, right? But realtors know a whole lot more than the average person that would be doing what they call bird dogging or finding deals. But that to me would be a good way. If you don't have money, that'd be a good way to get into real estate or wholesaling, which is flipping contracts. You get a house in a contract, and then you sell the house to somebody else before the contract closes, and then you do a closing where you basically let the closing company handle the paperwork. You walk away with a check. The investor walks away with the house, and the person selling the house walks away with a check. All right, so that's how that works. Um, but yeah, there's also some other ways to get involved in real estate without having any money. And like I said, I when I got into real estate, I had some money to invest. If you own a house already, that's another way you can get in. You could pull out equity of your current house and use that equity to invest in another house. Okay, so that's another way to get in to real estate if you don't have like cash laying around. Yeah, so that's what we was talking about. Sorry about the sound, man. I don't know why it does that. So Tito said he got the opportunity right now to own a property for 35,000. Is it a good idea to own it and restore it? Is there a good opportunity on the actual market in Puerto Rico to see as far? Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Puerto Rico, definitely, especially if you got some good property in Puerto Rico. Like, yeah. Um, and owning a property for 35,000, especially if it's in Puerto Rico, man, I would definitely look into that. Um, see what the property is worth. Go to Zillow, put in the address for the property, and see how much the property is worth. And if it's worth, like, let's say it's worth 70,000, and you can get it for 35, get it, bro. Get it. Then you could flip it if you want to, or you could refinance it, pull the money out, pull some money out of it, and then invest to another property. But yeah, man. Puerto Rico is good. Puerto Rico is good. Like I think island property like that, and it's U.S. Like territory. So it sounds good to me. Somebody hide and seek said, in your experience, have you found better deals from private sales, MLS, or foreclosure? For me personally, foreclosures that I found on the HUD website. The HUD website is hudhomestore.com. That's the HUD website right there. And those are foreclosed homes that go back to the government, and then the government um, sells them and auctions them off on a daily basis. And that's where I got probably 90% of my properties. The other way I got properties was through realtors that bought me deals that were foreclosures as well. So yeah, and that website is Zillow. Let me spell it. It's this one right here. That's the website right there. So somebody said, how do you tap into the investor network? Do you invest out of state in VAJB? Man, you got to start going to. You can network with investors online, like join different real estate investment clubs. There's usually local real estate investment clubs. Um, if you get with a realtor and you build a relationship with several realtors, they know other investors, and sometimes they'll hook you up with each other. I've met other investors that kind of way. Um, you just got to go where they're at, man. Go where they're at, bro. Like sometimes it might even be like an auction or something where you can meet investors and have some business cards and that kind of thing. And you got to know what you're trying to offer an investor as well for them to pay attention to you. Because not everybody's like me, not everybody's trying to share what they know. But you'll find other people out there like myself that'll work with you or share whatever they know with you and try to help you. Yeah, man, that GSH everything, that Lamborghini, that picture right there. Actually, Will, what's Will's last name? He does photography here in Central Ohio. He took the picture and I threw it up on a canvas. I love that picture, man. He took that at our meet and greet with Ma DeFame and Stunner Reese when they came to Columbus. Yeah, Mr. Jules said got 2 rental cribs rocking right now. That's what's up, man. Keep it going, bro. Keep it going. Get some more. Cali getting too high to start investing in real estate. I'm thinking about leaving Cali, bro. Yeah, Cali is hard, man. When you wanna try to get ahead, it's so expensive out there. I couldn't do it. Like I wouldn't do it. Like unless you're trying to play with big amounts of money, it becomes more risky. But you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot. I'd rather be somewhere where you can make good amount, but you're not necessarily running the risk of losing a lot. You know what I'm saying? My email is get@willmotivation.com. Get@willmotivation.com. And if you haven't gone to my website, go to my website. It's willmotivation.com. Get on, sign up as a member, and then I'll email you every week. And also, when my class is ready, my real estate course, once it's ready, the first people who are going to get access to it, I'm sending it, are going to be the people on my website. And then you don't have to depend on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes YouTube will send email out, and sometimes they don't. Uh, Marley said, "How do I feel about taking advantage of gentrification in the area? Like, how would you go about making money with that?" Um, so gentrification, basically, for people who don't know what gentrification is basically taking areas that maybe used to be really good areas, but they turn into the hood, usually like in inner cities, and then they turn into the hood, and then they're going turning back to like valuable real estate again by people rehabbing those properties and different demographics of people coming back into the hood, buying the properties and living there and stuff. So that's like the gentrification movement. Um, so taking advantage of it, like I feel the same way about that as I do anything, except usually those older homes in those older neighborhoods have more problems. Like most of the homes that I bought are like less than 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, most of them are less than 20 years old or somewhere right around that age. The oldest house that I own is probably 1960s or something like that. So I don't have as many problems with those houses as you might have in some of those areas where the houses are built in the early 1900s and like 1920s and 1930s. So the thing I worry about with those houses, man, is like the basement structures on them houses, the plumbing, and plumbing is expensive, bro. Plumbing is crazy expensive. But the plumbing and the foundation and like the basements and making sure everything is good, that stuff can get expensive and unpredictable. And I like predictable money, you know what I'm saying? So like the houses that I deal with out here in the suburbs and kind of like on the like just newer houses, usually they don't have those underground plumbing problems and stuff. And if they do, it's usually something minor. And the foundation issues and stuff, they usually don't have a whole lot of that. And they have different building codes the more recent the home is. So they usually stand up better. So, but I still feel like if you find a deal and you work out the numbers and you know what you're gonna have to put into a house, it makes money, it makes sense. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. So, but I haven't taken advantage of a lot of it because I don't want to be dealing with a whole bunch of huge issues that can get super expensive and mess up my budget. So I haven't dealt with a whole lot. Now that's not to say that I wouldn't, but I would have to have a lot of time on my hands to be able to get because basically the reason why you need time when you're doing those kind of projects is because you're going to be shopping around for the best price for your contractors. Like you got somebody that's going to work on the plumbing, you're going to have to call and meet with a bunch of people to get the best price and to find out that they got a good enough reputation where they're not going to rip you off. That stuff takes time. And usually, like right now, I don't have a whole lot of time because I've been doing events and stuff that make, like I might do one event that might make way more than I might make with a flip. So, and then I got a lot of events. It's not just one event that I'm doing. I got like six, you know what I'm saying? So I'm busy doing that. And that's why I haven't really done a whole bunch of investigating into like regentrification. All right. So, but I'm not going to say shy away from it, but you better have some time and some money when you look at those projects and you got to know what you're doing. Like you got to know how to assess the damages and what's wrong with a house before you jump into one of them old houses and then you got a bunch of problems. That's the most expensive kind of problems, which is plumbing and foundation stuff. Okay. So let's keep that in mind. Also, a lot of them houses in them older areas are brick. Getting brick fixed versus getting wood fixed is two way different price categories. When you're getting brick fixed, you need like a mason or a mortar person, and they not cheap. Getting wood fixed, you just need any carpenter usually knows how to repair wood framing and stuff. So something else to think about. Mr. Jewell said, "What do I think about assisted living facilities?" I think it's definitely an opportunity because you're going to have a whole bunch of older people that's going to be living in those types of facilities. And if you can get in on, the real estate side of that, hey, it's gold. It's opportunity. So I like it. To put it to you like that, I like it. Um, what does my crypto portfolio look like? Zero. I don't have it because I don't. If I'm going to invest in crypto, I need to know what I need to know what controls that market going up and down. Otherwise, I'm jumping in hoping to get lucky, and to me, that's not a good way to invest. Is hoping to get lucky. I don't do that. Like I need to know what's making that stuff go up and down, so I can know when to jump in and to know when it's going to go up. So most of my investing is in real estate. I got a little bit of stocks and a little bit of mutual funds and stuff like that, but vast majority of my money is in real estate because if real estate market goes down, I know I can look around where I'm at with my real estate and I'm good. Like I don't care if it even goes down because if it does go down, I'm gonna buy some more. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna panic. I'm not gonna sell. I'm gonna buy more. If it goes up like it's doing right now, it's going up real crazy. I'm gonna hold on to it, let it go up as high as it's gonna go. If I need money, I can pull money out of the properties through refinancing them, or I could sell one of them and make killer, like 100% profit on a lot of my cribs. I think almost all of my investment properties that I bought are double what I bought them for. You know what I'm saying? So I bought a house for $100,000 that right now is probably worth 240,000 right now, and I bought it for 90 some thousand about 4 years ago. So I like real estate. Um, Michael Roberson said, um, buy a cheap. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me see what this says. All right, so buy a cheap home, 60,000, rent it in a less than average section of town, or spend more, 150,000, and buy a standard home with higher rent. Does it matter? Dude, all you got to do, Michael, all you have to do is take that $60,000 investment, put 60,000 down. How much you will have to spend on rehab? Let's say it's 5,000, 10,000. Add that on there, and that's your initial investment, right? Let's say 70,000. Then how much can you rent it for in that side of town? And then what are your expenses every month, like your taxes and your mortgage and HOA fees or whatever? And then how much can you rent it for? And then get your net monthly income from that $60,000 property. Then take that $150,000 property, add on top of that what you have to spend on the rehab. That's your total investment. Then how much can you rent that $150,000 property for, minus your expenses, and then what's your net monthly income on that 150,000, and see which one is more. And then once you, if you can compare them, and if they're about the same, then the decision becomes, do you want to have more money tied up and like to make that same amount, but have less problems with the renters, then pick the $150,000 property, right? If you want to have less money tied up, but you got a little bit more problems with the renters, and you okay with that, pick the 60,000. So you just got to pick whichever one's best for you. Me personally, I'm gonna pick the one that's most profitable and least headaches. Um, but at the same time, like I don't like having too much money tied up if I don't have to. So if they make about the same amount of money, then I'm probably gonna go with that 60,000, as long as it's not in a super dangerous area where I can't get at least a middle class person to rent it out, or somebody that can pay the rent every month. That's my advice on that. So just do the numbers on both of them and understand what your total investment is on both of them, and see which one you're more comfortable with. And in that area, like just know what you have an appetite for. Like, do you want to deal with certain types of tenants? Might not be a problem, because I got a house, I got like three. I have a lot of houses that cost way less than $100,000 and have decent tenants. So that's my input there. Let's see. SS Inferno, are you big in Bitcoin? No, man. I'm big on real estate. I don't understand what makes the Bitcoin go up and down. So until I understand that, I'm not going to get in on it, because I feel like I'm just gambling. So that's why I haven't really done that. If I understood what made it go up and down, then I would pick the right time to get in there and then let it go up. And but then you got to actively watch that stuff, right? Because if it goes up, then you got to figure out, okay, when do I take my money out before it goes back down, right? So, or is it a long-term play? And I don't understand that, so I don't have a lot of money in Bitcoin. So that's all. Right now, I'm saving money. Like, if you ask my investment strategy right now, I got most of my money in real estate, and the rest of it is like saved up, liquid. So why is that? Because I feel like everything is high right now. And if everything is high, to me, it's a better time to be patient and see where things are going. Because if they start to sink back down, then I'm gonna have some liquid in order to start investing again and buying more real estate and stuff like that. But if things keep going up, then I'm good, because I already got stuff invested, and I'll figure out what I'm going to invest my money in. Either I could pay off my mortgages, I could buy some more toys. Right now, what I'm thinking I'm going to do next is buy another house, buy another piece of real estate that'll be a Airbnb, like a furnished rental in Miami. and then I can go down there to Miami when I feel like it, when I need to get away, and then I'll also rent it out. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so where we at? Let's see. Um, do realtors make good money? And I'm currently going back to college. Should I get a BA in real estate like it's even necessary to have? No, you don't have to have that degree, man, Ebo. You don't have to have a real estate degree. If you really want to dedicate your career to real estate and like maybe really getting into it and taking off with it, it's not a bad degree to have, but I would rather have a business administration degree with some type of focus on marketing or finance or something like that, where you got more options on the different jobs you get rather than just real estate, right? But realtors, yeah, some of them, if they hustle and they have a lot of clients and they do a lot of good deals, then yeah, you can definitely make a lot of money with real estate being a realtor. Yes, because you get good commission. The more volume you do, and the more the higher the price of the homes you sell, the more money you make. It's pretty simple. Hamza said, "How do I differentiate a good deal from a bad deal?" that answer is simple, but you first got to know how to evaluate a deal. I've done some videos on evaluating real estate deals and understanding what your return on investment is for a property. So you need to look at that video to understand what your ROI is on an investment property. All you have to do is look at the ROI for that property to determine is it worth whatever amount of money you're going to put into it and have tied up. Is the return on investment worth having that money tied up in that investment? So for me, I'm making anywhere from 15 to 30% return on investment every year on my rental properties. That's pretty good for me. So it's been worth it. But um, there's different ways to make money with real estate. One way is rental properties, right? Another way would be flipping real estate. And I've done both of those things. And you go into a property, you should be able to do both. With any deal that you take on, you should be able to rent it for a profit or flip it for a profit. If you can't do both, then you might be a risky deal because you might have to do one or the other depending on your situation. So that's why I always say you should be able to rent for a profit and flip for a profit. So if you can't do both of those things profitably, then it's probably a bad deal, if you ask me. A good deal is a deal where you make enough money where you're happy. A bad deal is where you lose money or you don't make enough money where it was worth your time. That's it. That's it. But you got to know how to evaluate a deal before you get involved to be able to say that. So what's my 2018 goal for acquiring property? My 2018 goal, man, I don't have a number on how many properties I want to buy. I'm not even thinking about buying investment properties for 2018. My goal for 2018 is two things. I want to save liquid. I want to build up my cash. And then once I build up my cash, then at the end of 2018, I want to be able to look and make some good decisions with that cash. What do I want to do? Do I want to buy or build another property? Like I'm thinking about building a house in Florida. Do I want to invest more in my main business and make sure that thing is healthy and making more money? Like that's the goose, right? So you got to take care of the goose. Goose that laid the golden eggs. If you sell the goose or you don't take care of the goose, then the goose won't lay golden eggs anymore. So I'll have some of the money I might reinvest in my main business. I might take some of the money and pay off my mortgages. I have about 5 or 6 mortgages on my investment properties, probably like 4 or 5. So I might take the liquid and pay those off. I'm going to have taxes to pay, so I'm going to have to pay my taxes. But that's my goal for 2018. Like because the real estate market is so high right now, I don't really want to buy a whole bunch of investment properties and then the market drops. Or if it does keep going up, I don't know if it's worth it because I don't know how much I'm going to be able to make with these more expensive properties. Like I'm making a good amount of my investment properties because I got them for really good prices. All right. So that's my goal. I'm trying to stack up cash to be able to make some good decisions come the end of the year. And that's what I'm doing. That's me personally. Now, if the market was really low and everybody was letting their houses go on foreclosure and all that, then I'll be looking around like a shark. Like I'm gonna buy as many as I can. But right now, it's real. The market is high. Now, if I didn't have any real estate already, then maybe my strategy would be a little bit different. Maybe I would be trying to try to hustle up and find some good deals like fix and flips. I'll be trying to find fix and flips right now. But like I said, my plan right now is to get liquid and then be able to make some decisions once I get my cash up, and then see what's the smartest thing for me to do with my money. That's what I'm doing in 2018. Um, the website is to sign up for my real estate course is real simple. It's the name of my channel. It's willmotivation.com. It's real simple. Um, yeah, man, no problem. Yeah, 1031 exchange. Only thing about 1031 exchange, man, you gotta still pay the taxes. You're just pushing the taxes off. And I kind of don't like having that hanging over my head. I don't like having, you know what I'm saying? And you get a surprise one day and you're gonna owe all these taxes. I'm not feeling that, bro. I like to get my stuff kind of like out of the way. And, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta follow the rules on that 1031 exchange. And if that's what you're doing, like if you know you're gonna buy more properties and you know which property you're gonna buy and all that stuff, then it can make sense. But if you don't know, like me, I don't always know. Like I like to have the flexibility to change directions. So 1031 exchange, I haven't really leveraged that because at the end of a deal, man, I don't know what I want to do yet. I might want to take the cash and invest in something totally different, like some other business. I might want to pay off some bills. I might want to pay off a mortgage. So that's why I haven't done 1031 exchange. But I feel you because you could defer your taxes. Two True Production said, "Bruh, I'm envious." Nah, man, it's not about anything to be envious of. If anything, the feeling should be soak it up because there's somebody out here trying to give you some information that you can take to go bigger than me. Like, what would be really dope to me is if I was telling you guys some stuff that you could apply to your own life and your own situation, and you could outdo me. You know what I'm saying? You could make more money than me. You could get more Lambos or whatever, and surpass where I'm at because I didn't have anybody to tell me the stuff that I'm telling y'all. I had to learn. I had to read up on it in books and stuff. So it's not about nothing to be envious. You know what I'm saying? It's about figuring out what's going to be what you want and then getting it. All right, Eric and Nicole, are you interested in investing in Florida by the beaches? I see you're building and it booming out there. I have some lots in the contract. Yeah, Erica, get at me. My email is get@willmotivation.com. I'm very interested in Florida. Now, by the beach, I don't know. I know that's probably going to cost more money, but I'm definitely interested in Florida, South Florida, to be specific. And is that Erica Nicole? Is that the Erica Nicole that I know? Because I know Erica Nicole here in Columbus. That's funny. Let me hold on a second, y'all. All right. All right. So, yeah, cryptocurrency to me is speculation, man. So I haven't really dabbled into it too much. Two Trill Production said, "Do I use a property management firm or do I manage my own properties?" I have used a property management company before. Sometimes it's convenient, but at the end of the day, most of the time, like especially if you got to do a rehab on a property, they don't look out for your pockets. They can charge you some crazy stuff like that you wouldn't normally pay to get stuff done, and then they end up costing you more money in the long run. And I don't like that. So I manage all of my own properties now. And for me, it's cheaper to have an administrative assistant. Like I got somebody that's an admin, like so she can do pretty much anything I would ask her to do related to my real estate. So if that means calling somebody, that means following up with somebody on a repair, managing all that, she can just do that. That's what that gets you an administrative assistant. Now, if you can't get an administrative assistant because maybe you don't have the money for that, then if you don't have the money, you better have the time. So take that time and invest that time into managing your properties, and learning all. Because what you're trying to do is keep your costs low so your profit is high. If you hire a property manager, they don't care about your profit. What they care about is making their profit. And that's the conflict in interest a lot of times, and they end up costing you too much money. So there you go. So no, I don't use property manager at all right now. I have an administrative assistant that helps me out with that stuff. Or I'll do it myself. Like today, the beginning of this live streaming was me doing some property management stuff. I took a disc disposal to a tenant. That ain't nothing hard to do. So it just takes a little bit of time. JB, you said I'm closing on a $500,000 crib next Friday. Had to grab while the interest rate is low. Do you think we're heading to a real estate bubble? Increased interest rates, more foreclosures like me. JB, I don't know, man. I think it will probably go down eventually. Just don't know when. But the thing is, if it does go down and your real estate value drops, don't panic. Just be a shark. Go look for some property to buy. Wait till it goes all the way to the bottom and like stops going down and then starts inching back up. That's when you start buying. Just that's simple as that. Or when you see the value is really good, then you start buying. And then you don't even worry about what they say the value of your crib is. You don't even worry about that. And if it's a crib, if it's a house, like a standalone house, the value will eventually go back up. If it's a condo, it may take a while. That's just been my experience. So I wouldn't worry about it. But if it does drop, just be ready to buy some real estate. How to make it through rough times as an entrepreneur, no profits. Man, just don't quit. Keep reinvesting, keep your costs low, but don't quit. Sometimes you might have to try different business ideas. Follow the money. So like if customers are asking you for something related to what you do and you don't currently do it, maybe add that to what you do. And just be savvy, man. Like people start asking you, you got an ice cream shop and they start asking you for cookies, but you don't sell cookies. What should you do? Add cookies to your ice cream shop so that you can sell them cookies with their ice cream because that's what they want. So if whatever kind of business you got, if it's rough, you're not making no profit, keep your costs low, understand what your customers want, and give them that. You might have to change your business model a little bit, but that's what entrepreneurs do. Batman said, friend of mine somebody asked me what I'm drinking. It's chocolate, Yahoo, whatever it's called, chocolate. It's like chocolate milk. Batman said, a friend of mine has an economics degree with an emphasis on marketing. He's the top broker in Seattle. That's what's up. Mr. Jules said, what's in the cup? Chocolate drink. Erica Nicole said, am I interested in Florida? Yeah, I'm interested. get@willmotivation.com. Email me. Tell me about it. Somebody said flipping isn't investing, it's trading. I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it, but if I take $50,000 and I buy a house, I'll rehab it, and then I sell it. And when I sell it, I make $100,000. What do you want? I don't know what you want to call it, but that's a good return on your investment. So, what expenses do you have with my main business? Man, dude, you look at my expenses for my real estate, they're usually pretty easy to categorize. My expenses with the real estate is like the mortgage, your utilities sometimes, your taxes, your insurance, and then your repair stuff, like just repairs and HOA fees, right? That's usually the categories of expenses with my real estate business. But my main business, I run a social network called hbcuconnect.com. It's a social network. It's like LinkedIn, but it's the way I make money is advertisers come to me and they advertise on my website, and then they're usually advertising job opportunities and trying to recruit people to work for their companies. And it's all different types of companies and some of the biggest companies you ever heard of. So, what are my expenses related to that? Man, expenses are like you name it. I spent money on it. You name it. You name it. I got travel expenses. I got my office building. That's an expense. I got insurances I gotta have. I got the biggest expense for my business is payroll. Every week, I spend thousands paying my people on my team. Thousands every week. That's the biggest expense. Whenever I bring in a new contract, if somebody on my team brought in that contract, I pay them commission. The commission can vary from 10% to 30%. So if a deal is $10,000, I'm cutting a check for 1,000 up to $3,000 or even more. So that adds up. That adds up to the hundreds of thousands probably every year that I'm paying my contractors and my employees. So that's the biggest expense. But you name it, man. Like with running my business, I got vehicle expenses. Like I got work trucks. I got you know leases on vehicles that I use for work. I pay a lot in advertising and marketing to Google, to Yahoo, to Facebook. I spent over $100,000 on Facebook to date. I spent over $100,000 on Google to date. So advertising and marketing expenses can get up there. My travel expenses have been really high, and that's one of the reasons I got audited because we did these cruises, and they were marked as a travel expense when in reality it was just like a cost of doing business because we had to pay the cruise line to get all the people on the cruise, and people paid us. So you name it, man, I spend money on it. Advertising and marketing, but advertising and marketing and paying my people have been the biggest expenses. But I got printing expenses. I print up magazines and materials and all kind of stuff, thousands and thousands of dollars. So that's what that business, man. You name it, I spend money on it. Office equipment, all that stuff. Where we at? Let's see where we at. Let's see. Um, said Yahoo might has what's wrong? What's wrong with Yahoo, man? Yahoo is cool. Hey, the audio is messed up, man. I don't know why it's doing that. Like I don't really know how to stop it either. Like I don't know why it's doing that though. I'm sorry about that, people. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do on my computer. He said Yahoo is dusty. Man, Yahoo started it all. Yahoo started Google. In my drink, Yahoo. Yeah. So AHAT said, how much money do you need to start investing in real estate? Um, there's not a set amount, man. It just depends on what kind of houses you want to buy. So, like, if you want to buy $100,000 house and you want to work with a bank to get the house, you need anywhere from 5% to 20%. So 5,000 to 20,000 to buy $100,000 house. If it's a cheaper house, you can pay less. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, hide and seek said the market is cyclical. It'll go down. It's all about when. Yeah, it goes up and down. But there's usually a reason why it goes up, and there's usually a reason why it goes down. And right now, the Fed, you gotta watch what the Fed does. Like the Fed is sneaky, man. Like the Fed, people say Illuminati and all that stuff. Well, it kind of is true because you got these people controlling loans and lending and stuff with the banks. And if they stop lending money, that can mess up the economy and make the cost of the real estate market go down because people can't get money, and borrow money and stuff. And and also they can change the interest rates. So if you think about that, like the Fed, like the Federal Reserve can control interest rates on all of their Federal Reserve banks. If you think about that, if you have a loan and it's an adjustable rate mortgage, which is an ARM, which a lot of people have, and they can change the interest rate, they can basically make people go bankrupt, or they can make people lose their house by raising the interest rates up real high and not lending out any more money. Right? So then you get in a situation where your mortgage goes up because the interest rates have gone up, and then you maybe need to borrow some money against your car or something else, and the banks don't lend you the money, then you lose your house. And then the market starts dropping because people start losing houses. But then that's when you, if you're smart, you be ready to buy. You like be ready to buy some houses. So that's keep an eye on that. Rob said, how much money do I spend on AdWords? Like last year, probably like maybe 15,000, 20,000, something like that. Maybe more, maybe more, maybe 30. I don't know exactly how much though, man. I don't manage like that. I'm a macro manager. There's micro managers and macro. A micro manager looks at all the details to manage things. A macro manager looks at the end result to manage things, like the final numbers and where are we at. And so I'm that kind of a manager. I look at the end result. Why do I need many employees? Okay. So for my main business, I need people to do sales. Like I got a lot of customers. I got thousands of customers, believe it or not. I got thousands of customers. So who's going to deal with thousands of customers? I can't do it. If they email me, right? If they all email me, they all going to be waiting for too long and not getting their needs met. So I got to have people for customer service to handle all of my customers. And then I got maybe 3 or 4 companies that might hit me up every single day. New companies, 3 or 4 new companies. And they don't always need like simple stuff like placing an order in a restaurant. They might need like a solution to help them solve a problem. So I got to have smart people that can work with them and provide them with a solution to help them get the job done that they're trying to do. So I got to have salespeople. So I got to pay them. I got to have customer service people for all the customers that signed up to advertise on my website. So somebody will take care of that. Then I got to have people to actually do the work. So what is the work? If they say we want to advertise to your audience on your website, who's going to create the ads? I got people on my team to do that, so I got to pay them. Who's going to make sure that the ads get delivered through email or put on the website and all that stuff? I used to do that a long time ago, but now I got people that do that. What else? The big thing now that I'm actually hiring people for is I do events. So a lot of these big companies, they're like, yo, Will, the website is great, and we understand that helps and everything, but we need to like have some interviews with some people, and we need to hire like people now, fast. So I was like, okay, well, let's have a hiring event. Let's invite the people that you're looking for, and we'll have an event, and we'll make sure that event goes well. So you gotta have people on the team that do that. So I gotta have people like event planners, event managers. I gotta have people that are recruiters to find the talent and get the talent to come to the event. I gotta have a videographer. I gotta have a photographer. That's why, man. I'm doing all kind of stuff with my main business. It's real. We're doing big things. So I gotta pay people. Let's see what else we got. Yo, appreciate it, Cal. Somebody said, sometimes are you scared of making too much money? Nah, not scared of making too much money, but I will be careful. Like, for example, one of my clients is Amazon. Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world. And I have been careful how I have started to work with Amazon because they can be very demanding. And sometimes they can be so demanding, it's almost as if they don't realize that I have thousands of clients, thousands, not a few, not 5, 6, 7. I got thousands of clients that come and deal with my company. So, but they'll want to work with my company, like they own my company and my team works just for them. So you have to be careful. And so while I'm not scared of making money, I am scared of making the wrong type of relationship with a company that will be too demanding and not pay me enough to have a team in place to handle what their needs are. And sometimes they don't want to pay you what you need to get it done because they might not understand what it takes. So you got to be real careful of that because they can jack up your whole business. Um, Josh said Will is Illuminati. Am I enlightened? Maybe I am Illuminati. If I could control the interest rates and stuff like that. Josh said, "Do I eat ass?" No, man. That would be a cannibal. How do you make profit after all of those expenses and payroll with HPC? Do you pay yourself a salary? I don't pay myself a fixed salary. I don't. Thank goodness, I really don't have to, man. Like for example, I've been living my paying for my stuff for myself. I sold my Mustang. I sold it. The Mustang was paid off in cash. I took about $6,000 of that from the Mustang and put in my personal account, and I put the rest in my business account so that I can pay for the expenses in my investment in that new build, right? So that's what I did with the money. Now that $6,000, my living expenses are so low that I don't need HBCU Connect or even Moss Estates to pay me much of anything. Like I gotta pay my Lamborghini payment, it's about $1,000, and I gotta pay gas, electric, and water for this house. Moss Estates pays for my all my mortgages, which includes this one, right? So I don't have to pay a mortgage out of my personal stuff. HBCU Connect doesn't have to pay me enough to pay a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't really even have to take money from my main business. I'm living off of like selling my Mustang right now, and it's funny, man. Like I got my hands on so many different things. I get checks for different stuff, and I just take that and live off of that. You know, every now and then I cut myself a check for $3,000 or $4,000 out of HBCU Connect profits, but sometimes I don't even have to do that. To be honest with you. What else? Am I investing in cryptocurrency, Josh? No, not really. What are your most important things for you to learn if you want to manage your business and make profit from it? What is the most important thing to learn, man? Be careful. Um, provide a good service and get paid well for it. You know what I'm saying? Like understand what you have to offer to people and get paid for it. Don't don't bite off more than you can chew. Um, and surround yourself with people that hustle hard like you. Hamza says, should I do computer programming or accounting in college? I like computer programming. You'll get a much higher paying job with computer programming than accounting. But if you're much better at accounting and you're not good at computer programming, then maybe accounting, right? But if you could be good at computer programming, you'd be set. The other thing about that is you can get a good job and you could do like me. I had a good job, but then I knew how to program computers, so I wrote and created my own website, my own applications. And if you could do that, the sky is the limit. You can make as much money as you however hard you work. Mr. Jules Hershey says, what's up? What's up? Uh, Limiting belief. Do you like the photos of the mid-engine vet? I like the original photos I was seeing, but the most recent ones, I wasn't feeling them that much, to be honest. Rob says, let's say people get jobs using your website and they get a job. They will not need to use your website until they need another job. How do you keep getting new people signed? That's a good question, man. I try to get people to stay engaged by just giving them more than just jobs. Like we might be having an event, right? So we might invite them to the event. One of their classmates might sign up from another school. We might say, hey, did you realize your classmates just signed up on the website? Or just something general like that's going on that you might be interested in based on your demographic. We might just send it to you and try to get you engaged in that. So let's see. Josh said, if you want cash flow, gas stations, where it's at. Very well could be the case. Not sure. I've never done anything with the gas station. Michael said, would you recommend going in on vacation rentals if you live in a tertiary area? Yeah. Just do the numbers, man. Just do the numbers. Just know all your expenses and your projections for how much you can make based on real life scenarios, best case, worst case, and see if it's a good investment. But yeah, like if I buy a house in Miami, Man, I'm thinking about making an Airbnb for a while. I made a lot of money off of Airbnb here in Columbus. My mic, man, I don't know what's going on with my mic. I think it's not the mic. I think it's the internet connection. I don't know why it does that. And so we got about 10 minutes before I get off. We've been live for about 50 minutes. I'm gonna get off in 10. Well, let's say at 11 o'clock. How would you invest 100,000 cash in today's market? I would take part of that hundred. I would split that hundred in three different things. I would take 30% of the $100 and invest in education for myself. I would take another 30% and look at buying a flip or an investment property. Then I'll take another 30% and look at investing in some type of business like that I was interested in building apart from real estate. That's probably what I would do. Um, but investing in knowledge, you can never go wrong with that. Like knowledge to learn how to do something. And then investing in real estate. Usually, if you're patient, you can't. It's hard to go wrong with real estate. You buy right at a good price. So that's what I would do. Official said, "How long have I been an entrepreneur?" So I graduated from college in 1995. I worked in corporate America from 1995 until 2004, and I quit my job in 2004 to be start my own business and do that full time. So I've been doing that since 2004, and then I got in real estate. I quit my job in 2004, and I got in real estate in 2010. I started I started buying investment properties 2010. Let's see. Yeah, business and computer science is good, man. You can't go if you can actually do computer programming and you're good at it or you understand it and stuff. You can do a lot with that, man. It's the future. Hamza said, "Can I show the basics of computer programming after live?" It's not that simple, to be honest with you. That's why I haven't talked about it a lot on my channel. It's not that simple to just be like, here's the basics. I would recommend that you go and start investigating like the basics. Like investigate that online and then ask me questions and I can tell you the context. Because once you understand the context of programming, then it becomes easier for you to learn like a programming language and understand what the heck you're doing. Like a good way to get started is learn maybe how to develop and build websites, right? Or how to develop and build apps. Like, because if you know what you're trying to do, it's going to be easier for you to learn the language or the programming. But it's not something I could just be like, here's the basics. You gotta. The basics are around the concept of what you're actually doing. And like I said, I don't talk a lot about that because there's a whole lot of content on the internet related to that. I can help you like once you get into it and you got questions, but there's plenty of content out there to get you started on that. I have not done tax liens, but I heard that they're good, and I would do them. I just got to learn a little bit more about tax liens. Like, um, yeah. But I'm not an expert on that. Somebody said it's choosing. Tito says choosing a broker a good decision to start on the investing game. No, choosing a broker a good decision to start. No, because brokers are gonna try to tell you things that make them money usually, especially if you don't know them as a personal friend. A broker makes money by advising you to invest in certain things, and then those things that they tell you to invest in, they get paid from that. So that's a conflict of interest, if you ask me. So yeah. So Josh said, "Where did I meet my girl?" He's talking about Cappy. I met her in Brazil when I was down there at a bank. I was having some issues, and she helped me out. I was getting ready to flip out on some people. Do you think buying a franchise business is a good move? Um, it can be if the profit the profit is good. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense for whatever money you have to put in, it definitely can be. I've thought about doing it, but haven't done it yet because I personally would not want to be involved. Like I would rather be hands off of any. any kind of franchise stuff. I'd rather just be somebody to put money in and get money out. So Josh said, how did I make that situation with my ex working with me and it not being a problem? So if you guys saw that video that I did where I said my ex left me, but I kept the house and the car or something like that. So that was my ex-girlfriend from Colombia. And the question is, how did I make that work? Because after we broke up, she ended up coming to work for me. So basically, by the time she came to work for me, we had already been broken up for more than a year. And so for me, I knew I was pretty much over her. So and I needed help, and I knew I could trust her, and she needed a job. And so she asked me if she could work for me, and I was like, you know what? I could use the help right now, so I'm gonna say yeah. But at the same time, for me, it was kind of like just demonstrating that I don't have to be an asshole just because things don't work out between me and another person in a relationship. I think you should have burned bridges. Like so, while I didn't agree with her when we was in a relationship and the stuff that she did and all that kind of stuff, she never really came at me the wrong way. It was disrespectful or anything like that. So I didn't really have a problem with her like that. So I said, okay, let's try it out and see what happens. And she did work for me. She did a pretty good job. So and when she was there, like I didn't have, when I move on, I move on. So it wasn't no problem really for me. It might have been a problem for her. I don't know what she was going through, but I wasn't really paying attention to her personal stuff like that. All right, so Rob said, what programming language do I prefer? I use Perl, man. It's an older language, but it's real powerful. It's Perl. It's Perl. And I use JavaScript and I use Java and HTML. But I like Java as a programming language. It's pretty easy. So somebody said, Games DMC said, explain your Airbnb experience. I'm currently under contract with my second home. Considering Airbnb in it, it's next to the lake, 24-hour man gate, da 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 da. All right, so my Airbnb experience was really simple, man. I bought a property. I was going to rent it out, but I was using the property as an office. So I already had some furniture in it. So when I moved back into my old office where I'm at right now, I just furnished the whole place and I said, I'm going to try doing an Airbnb just to see how it works. So I put some furniture in there. I made it real nice. It was a real nice property on the inside, right? And I said, let me just list it on Airbnb and see what happens. I listed it on Airbnb and immediately, like within 24 hours, I started getting people that were interested in renting it out. So I was like, wow, this could be good. And I was charging, like, if I had rented that house out without furniture, it's about $12.95 a month. Having it rented out with furniture, I can rent it out for $2,500 a month or $2,200 a month, over $2,000 a month. So I started getting picky. I was getting so much interest in renting that property that I started getting a little bit picky. And so I picked somebody who wanted to stay there longer. So I ended up getting some people in that Airbnb property that were paying over $2,000 a month in rent. And it was only a couple. It was just two people. They were professionals. They were real cool. They took care of my property. It was nicer when they left than when they took it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't break anything, and it was great. That's my experience with Airbnb. Then I had a friend that needed a place to stay, and we rented it out for a while, and then that's what happened. So Rob said Java, Perl, C++. I've done all of those languages. Yep. Hamza said, at what age was I interested in entrepreneurship? Probably as soon as I graduated from college and I got my first couple of paychecks, and I was like, this ain't gonna be enough. That's when I started really getting serious about entrepreneurship because I knew working a 9 to 5 for somebody else, I knew I couldn't really get rich doing that. So I knew I had to invest or I had to become an entrepreneur, and I just did both. I started investing in the stock market, and then I started trying to do different businesses. I started did a website, and it took off. Yeah, Tito, just educate yourself and doubts will start to go away. It's simple as that. The more you learn, the easier it is. Official said, why did I want to start my own business? So that I could have a Lamborghini one day and not have to worry about living from check to check and being able to buy whatever I want, be able to take care of my kids and my family and my loved ones. And if anybody was going to do it, it was going to be me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. So I wanted to have freedom too, financial freedom and just time flexibility. And I grew up poor, you know what I'm saying? And for me, like I didn't like it. I did not like being poor when I grew up. So I knew I had to do something to not be poor and not have to worry about money like my parents had to worry about it. And they're different from me. Like everybody's different. They might not have cared about having a big bank account or not having to worry about money. They might have had other things that were important to them. So I don't blame my parents or anything like that. But for me, I didn't want to have to worry about money. So that's why I wanted to start my own business and put the power in my own hands to, to grow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're about to close up this live stream. Let me check for any last questions. Bedroom Airbnb. What is a reasonable startup investment cost? Man, you have to look at how cheap you can get furniture. I spent probably furnishing my place. I spent probably 3,000. Not a lot. 2,000, 3,000. Josh said, "What age do I want to retire?" I probably never really 100% retire, but I'll probably phase myself out of working so much as I get older and just do more fun stuff as I get older. I'm trying to start doing it now. Like, to be honest with you, man, up until about 5 years ago, I was working every single day of the year. Every single day of the year. Now, I still look at email every single day, but I won't be working crazy, right? So, but at what age? I'm in my 40s now. Let's say like by the time I'm 50, like I'm trying to chill. Like I'll still work, of course, but I don't want to be working hard like I'm working now. When I'm 50, I'm not doing that. Like I'm on my way. I'm on my way to chilling out more. I want to do more like teaching. I want to teach people what I know. Like I want to motivate people to get to where I'm at or beyond where I'm at by giving them everything that I know and just sharing it. That's what I want to do, which is part of the reason why I want to do the real estate course, right? And part of the reason why I'm doing YouTube. I mean, that's really the reason I'm doing YouTube, to try to share. So yeah, I'm trying to get to that, like being able to retire stage as soon as possible. But I got a lot of big clients right now, and they keep me busy. Hamza said, "At what age did I pay my college debt if I had any?" Thank God I didn't have any college debt when I graduated from college because I got a scholarship. I got a scholarship when I was a sophomore, and I worked my ass off for that scholarship. I worked my ass off. I had the highest GPA in the computer science department at my college. When I graduated from college, I was the number one student in computer science. That's I didn't have no debt because I worked my ass off. So that's what you want to do. Like I didn't want to be the valedictorian of the whole entire college with 10,000 people, but I did want to be the number one in my department of hundreds of people. And what's to stop me from doing that if I work the hardest? I'm not the dumbest. I know that much. So I'm one of the smartest, and so all I got to do is add hard work to that. So Rob said, "Where do you get the knowledge to start a new business, man? You just got to get out there and start doing it, man." That's how I learned. I just started doing stuff and learning as I was going and reading and listening to audio books and audio tapes, researching stuff on the internet. I used to wish that I had internet connected to my brain so I could look for stuff that I was thinking and just download it to my brain. Like literally, I'd be in bed, like I would have to keep waking up and going to the computer because I would be thinking of stuff that I wanted to learn so I could get my business to the next level. Uh, do I have any experience in delinquent tax lists and acquiring real estate? Love your channel, Attitude Acquiring Millionaire Investor Book. So first of all, go to willmotivation.com and sign up because when I get done with my course, you can take that. So that's number one, because you got the Millionaire Real Estate Investor book. Very good thing to do. And in my course, I'm gonna cover some of the same stuff in that book, but I'm gonna just give you my real scenarios and everything. So appreciate that. Do I have any experience with delinquent tax lists? No, I don't. But I do believe you can go to the like county auditor's office or something and get that information. Go to auctions. Mike Burton said, "Did I get support or encouragement from friends and family?" And he said, "Mom and girlfriends hate that I left my six-figure job to be an entrepreneur. Lack of support is more stressful than the business." Hey man, uh, to be honest with you, I don't understand. Like when a lot of people say they wanted to be like a YouTuber or they wanted to be an entrepreneur, they had dreams, and people around them said to them, "Oh, you can never do that," or "You're crazy for that," and stuff like that. I don't really understand that, because me personally, when people saw what I was trying to do, I never had anybody that really put me down or said I couldn't do it or anything like that, man. I never had, my family wasn't like, go quit your job, or they wasn't rushing, they wasn't real excited about me quitting my job when I came to that point in time. But I kept talking about it so much, and I was so serious about being successful with my business, that eventually, like, the most important person in my life that I was going to listen to, which was my dad before he died, finally was like, well, shit, like, if you're going to do it, like, stop talking about it and do it. Like, let's get it. You know what I mean? And when my dad said that, that's like, I quit. Like, I was like, I'm done. I'm quitting. Because really, I really wasn't afraid. You know what I mean? If I was afraid for anything, it was I was afraid for everybody around me more than I was afraid for myself, because I believe in myself. So like, if my kids might have had to suffer while we go through hard times if it didn't work out, like, I was a little bit afraid for that. Um, or if we had to just be uncomfortable and I had to go live with my parents for a little while to get back on my feet. Yeah, I was a little bit afraid for that, and make some other people uncomfortable. But I knew what I was going to do. You know what I mean? Like, I knew I was going to quit. So, but I never had people around me that discouraged me. I never had people around me that didn't believe in me. I never had people around me that hated on me. Like, and maybe the reason why is because if there was people like that, I stay away from them, man. Like, people like that, I don't listen to them, and I don't hang out with them, and I don't subscribe to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't care if they're family or friend or acquaintance or anything. If there's negative people, I don't even hear them. Like, maybe there was people that was like that, but I guarantee you I didn't hear them. Like, because I was like, if anything, I was listening to was people that would say something supportive, or myself. You know what I mean? So like, I don't understand. Like, a lot of people say they had people hating and stuff. I never had that, to be honest with you. And but the same people that are my friends now is the same people that was my friends when I was going through this, you know, quitting my job and becoming an entrepreneur and taking risks. And it was the same people that was my friends when I was had nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I was poor and I was growing up as a kid and going to college and all that. Same people that was my friends then is my friends now. So they were good people. So like, I didn't, you know, like, so I never had that, man. Like, and so I guess the lesson from that is, if you got people like that, man, don't listen to them, and surround yourself with people that are positive. They might not be the one to quit their job, and they might not be the one to really relate to you, but they should at least be the people that will love you and support you. So that's who you want to have around, because that's what they'll do. They'll love you and support you. And so that's the kind of people I had around me. So I can't relate. I don't even like hear any of that other stuff, or really didn't even experience it, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, just clean up your circle. You know, have people around you that are about something. You know what I'm saying? And listen to them. So, like I said, that was my experience, man. And you can't let other people stress you. Like, you live your life for you, not for them. You know, that's as simple as that. So, you know, you got to tune them out. Keep them, you know, keep away from them, and be around the people that's going to be like, you can do it. You know, be and support you. Because the reality is, you can do it and you can be successful, but you just got to make it happen. That's my take on that. Brandon said, have I struggled with procrastination? If so, how to get past it? When I was a little bit younger, I never struggled with procrastination because I was hungry and I had things I wanted. After I started doing well, you know what I'm saying? I had a little bit of struggle with procrastination on some stuff, but it's not really a reoccurring theme for me because I still have goals and I know that you can't procrastinate if you want to get what you're trying to get. And if you talk about getting something or achieving something and you don't do it, the action that it takes, then you're just BS. And I'm not BS. So you gotta kick your own ass. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to kick your own ass more than anybody else. So you can't like expect anybody to push you. You have to kick your own ass if you want what you say you want. So that's the end of that's it on procrastination. Kick your own ass, man. Like I'm real hard on myself. I'm real hard on myself. Like if I find myself laying in the bed for too long or procrastinate on something too long, I just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like just do it. And you got to be hard on yourself. And that's how I get past it. So there you go. What else we got? So Mike said, my mom asked me to get a real job one more time. Dude, show them. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just don't know. Like if apparently your mom doesn't know. You got to show people, man. And so I know you love your mom and your mom loves you. You just have to show your mom, like, this. I'm going to show you how it's going to go down. You make it happen, bro. Make it happen and then teach somebody else so that they start getting behind other people like you that paved the way and took the risk. And then you got to teach those people like what I'm trying to do here on this YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? So Kazim said, am I doing the YouTube channels or videos to write things off of my taxes? Yeah, YouTube definitely is part of my, I have three main companies. I got HBCU Connect, which is my main company. I got Moss Estates, which is my real estate investment company. And then I have something I call Moss Interactive, which is anything else that I do. It's like just interactive, like technology, whatever software I might create, and YouTube is inside of Moss Interactive. So I make anywhere from $500 to $3,000 a month on YouTube, and that goes into Moss Interactive. I gotta pay taxes on it, but at the same time, I got expenses like the Hellcat is the YouTube expense. What else? I do a little advertising, stuff like that. So yeah, it's a little write-offs with travel. I might go someplace and show you guys where I'm going to travel on YouTube. I'm writing it off of my taxes. Feel me? Rob said, "Oh, my kids always said they gave me mama's help." Not in here, man. My kids are teenagers, so they don't be running around making a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? My son sometimes makes noise, but they're here. They're here every week. Whenever they want. They're old enough where they can come over whenever they want. They say, "Dad, can you come pick us up?" I say, "Yeah, pick them up." They come over here and hang out with me, chill out. They usually be in their room watching TV and be on the internet stuff. So Gansy said, "I'm ready to leave my job. Make 7 years in July. I'm a super worker after my company was bought out by an industry giant. Most changes were financial. No bonus. Just have a plan, man. Just have a plan, bro. So that 7 years you was working for that company, you should have taken in your free time. You got to be working for yourself, making some kind of side business or investing in something, bro, in knowledge or something. Yeah, yeah, Mike. That's what's up. For car insurance for my Lambo, which company insures a vehicle with the most reasonable coverage without paying more than you should? State Farm. That's easy. Lamborghini, you want to insure Lamborghini, State Farm. And also, it depends on what state where you have your car. So, like me, I'm definitely going to buy a house in Florida. That's 100% sure. But it's cheaper for me to have my car license with the address in Ohio. It's half of what it will cost in Florida. Mr. Money said we need more conversations like this. Thank you, bro. That's why I'm doing this. Mike said I think buying tax liens are whack because once you get there, yeah, I don't know much about buying the tax liens. I'll try to do some research on it before I can add anything on that. Hey, Cappy, welcome back, Cappy. Hey, much blessings to you, GSH everything as well. That's why I do it. I haven't done live stream in a while, but man, I just gotta stop being so busy with this event stuff that I'm doing. I gotta hire somebody. I gotta hire probably two people real quick. Then I shouldn't be so busy. All right. What else we got, man? I'm about to go ahead and close down this live stream, but I love y'all. I appreciate you guys tuning into my channel, and kudos to you guys for tuning in because to me that shows me that you guys are about learning and learning from somebody that's done a lot. Like I've done a lot of different things, and all I'm doing here is trying to answer questions and share with you guys. So kudos to you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate every time you guys watch my videos, and more than anything, when you comment on the videos because those comments, I read all of my comments before I go to bed. Like I'm an insomniac, so usually when I'm in bed, I sit there and read comments on my YouTube channel before I fall asleep. And I see all of my comments, man. I really appreciate the positivity. I appreciate the questions that you guys ask me because if you're asking questions, that means I'm doing my job and I'm trying to share whatever knowledge that I have. So I appreciate that. And and I appreciate you guys enjoying the cars and stuff with me and also the experience with the real estate. So like I said, appreciate you guys, love you guys, and stay tuned. I got some pretty big stuff going on. Let me tell you what's coming up. Tomorrow I'm doing the open house. I'm gonna live stream that. Monday I'm driving to DC and we're gonna get video and maybe we might even live stream. But I'm gonna get video from one of my events that I do, and I'm gonna get video from the whole trip because I'm taking three team members with me. And Junior P's coming and he's gonna videotape the whole thing. So you guys are gonna see what it's like for me when I go to these events and I run these events in different parts of the country. So I'm gonna get some footage of that. I'm gonna put that on the channel. Then um, shout out to Cappy because I'm actually gonna take a break and I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna disappear for a few days, but I'm gonna videotape wherever I end up going. I haven't even decided yet, but I'm gonna videotape my experience just getting away and taking a mental health break, like an emotional health break from all of the work that I do where I'm stressing out with dealing with different clients and their expectations. And I'm gonna just take a break. And I'm gonna show you guys what I do, how I relax and stuff like that, and just take some time for myself. And then I'm gonna get back on the grind. But I'm gonna have some video from that. I'm gonna get that up on the channel. And that's all happening next couple of weeks. And then when I get back, things should not be as crazy. I still got two more events to do, but like I said, I'm gonna try to hire somebody else, and I'm trying to get a head start on those events so everything stay cool. Biggest thing keeping me busy though is I got Amazon as a client. Like Amazon is a beast. Y'all know Amazon is giant, and that's one of my that's one of my biggest clients, and they're the most demanding client that I have. And I need to hire somebody to deal with them because right now I'm dealing with them and it's killing me like with the time and stuff. So that's what it is, y'all. So I appreciate y'all and look out for some more cool videos. If y'all want to see some, oh, I gotta do a review on the Hellcat. I'm gonna do that. That's coming up. As soon as the weather's nice, that's when I'm gonna do the review on the Hellcat. Because if it's like gray outside, I don't really feel like doing a review on the Hellcat like that. So as soon as the weather's nice, I'm gonna do a review on the Hellcat, and then I'm gonna line the Hellcat up with the